The other day I woke up, walked out of my mansion, and wondered, what is the best way to make money on the Donut SMP? Most people think that the meta is dried kelp blocks or even cobblestone. But if you just chop down a spruce tree, craft all of the logs into planks, and then craft all of those planks into slabs, you make an insane amount of profit. So today I joined the biggest Minecraft server and built a huge tree factory to make billions. Alright, so we just loaded in the Donut SMP, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and test if this actually works. Alright, so I actually spawned in a spruce forest, so all I should have to do is place one crafter here, place a hopper like this, and then place a crafter right here. All right, so I placed it like this. Now if I go ahead and set the recipe. All right, so we went ahead and set the recipe. So now if I flick this lever, we can see that both of them turn on. So now we're just gonna go ahead and chop down a spruce log and put it in here and see what happens. All right, went ahead and chopped down a whole tree. So now if we just go ahead and put this in here. All right, now instead of chopping down more trees, I'm actually gonna go to the auction house and buy some spruce. All right, about 2 stacks of spruce. So if we put this in here and craft, you can see it starts making slabs and they'll start shooting out. We're gonna go and block this off. So as you guys can see, it works. So if I just go and flick this a couple more times, you can see it crafts a lot of slabs. So now we're gonna see if this works on a bigger scale. So we're just gonna add more crafters and hoppers and then make it a little bit more automated. All right, so we got the clock and now we just have to build the rest of the farm. All right, so if I go and drop logs in here, it starts crafting. So now we're gonna go and fill this up all the way and see what happens. So let's go ahead and turn off both of the clocks and let's make a hopper system so this automatically fills up. All right, now I just need to buy a bunch of spruce logs and put in this chest. And once we put them in, they should start going into these. And you can see they're all going from here into all of these crafters. So we're just gonna give this a second to fill up. All right, so now all the crafters are filled up. So we can just go ahead and turn on this one and then go over here and turn on this one. You can see a bunch of slabs are coming out from all these crafters and it works perfectly. There's nothing else being crafted except for a couple pressure plates and buttons whenever we first started it. All right, so this farm's good, but it doesn't make nearly enough money for us. So we're gonna dig underground and build a huge factory that makes billions per day. All right, so we just got to a pretty nice spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy a drill and then see if we can dig out this area and build a farm. So H drill, let's look for a good one. This one's really good. Oh, and it's already sold. All right, let's see. 19 ounce for 15 mil. Let's buy that one. And if you guys don't know what this does, and it breaks 9 blocks at once. All right, so what this pickaxe does is if you break it, it breaks 9 blocks at once. So it makes it way faster and you're gonna dig out. So I'm gonna load the schematic and we're gonna start digging. All right, so that first layer took forever, so I'm gonna get some of my builders from my team to help me dig it out. And if you guys don't want to build this farm yourself and you have some extra money, you can join my Discord and order a farm. And for a small price, our builder team will build it for you in less than 48 hours at good coordinates and fill in all the caves for you. So if you want to join Discord at GG/Bubsy and go to #orderfarmchannel, you can get a really cheap farm today. All right, guys, so we just dug out all of this space. Now all we need to do is build all of these layers, and there's a lot of them. So we're gonna go ahead and get started so I can finish this before I go to bed. All right, we're starting with the bottom layer, which is just ice. Wait, what? Oh. All right, so it's the next day and I just got a Minecraft, so let's go ahead and log on and see if we're rated. And it looks like we're not rated. It looks like Char did some layers of chests. All right, nice. So now what we're gonna do is go ahead and start doing all these chests with the schematic, and we should be almost done. Okay, so if we come up here, it looks like Char did the AFK area, and he also did some chests. So now what we got to do is just fill in the rest of this with basically almost 100% chest, and we should be done with the farm. We're gonna do some tests and see how much money it makes. All right, let's go. No, crouch real quick.
I'm crouched.
Crouch. I promise you. Hold on, I'm clicking my screen. My clips aren't on. I promise you, there's a name tag right here through this wall.
I'm gonna turn on my extra.
Oh.
There's not a single soul out there, mate.
Alright, so the farm is completely finished now, and all you need to do is put in some logs. So how this farm works is this power button is right here. You click it once with your right click, and this light will turn on. That means the farm's on. You can see the clock's going. And once you turn it off, the light goes off, which means the clock is off, which means the farm's not running. And as you can see, there's a spruce log here. So what you do is /orders spruce log, and then you try and beat out the highest one. So this one's 72.1. So you go down here, and I already have some. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna drop these in here. So I actually only have 2 pages of logs, which is not a lot. This farm can hold up to 10 million logs, and this farm makes over 3 billion a day. And if you guys like this farm, make sure you like this video and subscribe so I can keep uploading more videos. And by liking the video and subscribing, you push this video out to more people. But anyways, now we're gonna go turn the farm on and test it out. So if I go and turn it on, all right, so now if I go down here, you can see these are all filling up with a ton of money. Each stack of slabs is $768, which means you're making over $20 profit per log. And it's gonna fill up all the way down and just keep filling these up. And to actually keep this farm automated, you do sell axe. And this axe, whenever you mine a chest, it actually doesn't mine it, but instead sells everything in it. So sell axe, and then you guys find the best one. They self-destruct after 24 hours. So I'm gonna find a good one. This one's pretty good, 24 mil for 18 hours. So I'm gonna make an order and drop some logs in here, and then we're gonna AFK the farm and see how much money we make. All right, so we're gonna make this order for $74 million for 1 million logs. And as you can see, they're all filling up, so now we're gonna wait. All right, so now all we have to do is go and open my orders and start dropping logs in. All right, so I just dropped 1 million logs in this farm, so now we're gonna go and AFK and see how much money we make in just 1 hour. So to AFK this farm, it's pretty simple. First, you guys need golden carrots, so you can do golden carrot stack, and then put the golden carrots in your offhand. And then all you need to do is go to your options and go to controls, and then change sneak to toggle, attack and destroy to toggle, and then use item /place block to toggle, and then you can exit out of this. All right, and then to start the farm, all you guys have to do is click this note block. So you can see the farm's on now. So you go over here and you just go and walk in the water, and then you crouch once, and then you look straight up, right click once, and then left click once. Also, you guys cannot have any armor on, otherwise it'll break the water flow. So now we can go in AFK for an hour and see what happens. All right, so it's actually 2 days later, but that's besides the point. Whenever I recorded, it actually was in like 10 FPS for some reason, so this part just didn't get in the video. We're gonna go do some math, but as you can see by my money, it definitely makes profit. And AFKing for that 1 hour made 198 million. And it wasn't even fully filled. So let's go do some math and see how much it would make every day. The farm can hold almost 11 million logs, and when it's fully filled, it makes 4,608 slabs every second, which means almost 300,000 slabs every minute. With slabs being $12 per, this farm makes $200 million an hour, or 5 billion every day. Like and subscribe, please. I've been doing this video for 5 days. It took so much time.